Well, this is going to be a very, very special night for all of us. And I like, Tony, a lot of times we like to quote the masters of literature, of music, be it a Shakespeare, a Yeats, throw in a Whitman, maybe, whatever you're fancy. Hell, for me, I'll throw in some Jack Kerouac, some Ginsberg. But the point is, I like to quote the masters. And tonight, you know who my first master is? It's Nick DiFrancesco. I saw his line. And he already scrolled by, so it's gone. But he said, here we are, getting ready for a night flight on opening day eve. Hey, Nick, couldn't have said it better myself. So
Nice.
I'm very excited. All of you guys, Patty, Rags, Aspiring Botanist, Sons of Johnny Lee, Andrew, all of y'all. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Going to see you soon. Listen, we're excited, man. It's Polymac Particles. It's a Wednesday night flight. Creative Tony to my immediate left. Your mic is muted, Tony. You might want to unmute that.
I was coughing, Paulie, so I did mute.
It's
I was clearing my let me clear my throat.
Nice, Beastie Boys. Hey, you know what? That's why it's called the cough button. That's exactly why it's called the cough button. Hey, Mark Graves already checking in with a super. Great to see you, Mark. Now I got to make a special announcement. Sent you a song parody for Night Flight.
Check out of here. Get out of here. That's fantastic.
Mark Graves.
Also, I want to give Mark Graves some love too. He just inspired a last second change in the bummer bracket for tonight. So thank you, Mark, for your inspiration. Mark, just so you know, Paulie doesn't even know what the change is yet. So
no, I don't know what's going on. As usual,
you'll find out live. We'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll do it live. This thing sucks. Hey, Tony, my natural kind of state, my natural habitat is not knowing what the F is going on. So I'll fit right in tonight. We got a few things to get into. We're going to talk some Warriors, going to talk some NBA. Want to talk about these new Giant City Connect jerseys. What the hell? But I also have to announce early on tonight that we have a special guest tonight, none other than our host tomorrow, Neil Dinardi from Longbridge Pizza. He's going to join us in about 10 minutes, and we'll preview tomorrow, get you guys in the right frame of mind, get ready to go. Dom Peralta has been such an amazing help throughout this entire process.
He's like nature.
He is like, you know how in the NBA they have like the player of the month or the offensive player of the month? That's Dom Peralta. He's the offensive and defensive player of the month in both conferences. He just swept the awards. So Dom, you're the man. You're going to meet Dom tomorrow. For the rest of you who haven't had the pleasure yet, but I have to make an announcement. Tony, I wasn't kidding when I said I have like VIPs flying in from the East Coast. One of my buddies is in a plane right now, like as we speak. So
nice.
I got and he's landing like a little bit after 9. So I got to end the show close to 9 o'clock tonight, so I can go take care of him. So it's going to be a little bit of a quicker night flight tonight, but don't worry, we're saving all the good stuff for tomorrow. So Tony, got the opening spiel under my belt. How are you doing tonight? You got your Tahoe hat? Is that a Tahoe hat? I can't even tell. What is that?
This is my daughter's former softball team, the Lightning Bolts. And
I see.
Yeah. So I love the hat. It's just a lightning bolt on a hat. That's all it was. But one of the dads, shout out John Joyce, and the coach actually of the team, he made these hats. And I was like, you know what? I need one of those. I might need 2.
Any chance you can throw that lightning bolt over a skull? Boom. Now you got to steal your face, ready to go. I'm just throwing it out there. Design tip, Tony. Yes. Just for your head. Yeah.
I love the lightning bolt logo.
Hold on. Sorry, Tony. I just saw Sons of Johnny Lee is coming in with the super. It's a big Sons, bro. Thank you, man. That's a big number you're chucking out there. And you know what's so crazy? Oh, Sons, I'm disappointed.
My God, man.
First of all, thank you for the donation. Thank you for that. But
you know why? I think, by the way, sorry, Paul, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think he's on his way to Cincinnati.
Shit.
Unless he's in Cincinnati already. Can you confirm or deny that? Because he posted something earlier saying wheels up to Cincinnati was a post he had earlier. So confirm that if you could, Sons. If we have Sons of Johnny Lee in the house in Cincy, the particles are in the house in Cincy.
You know what, Sons, if you are in Cincinnati tomorrow, let us know. Maybe we can have you on as a quick guest either tomorrow or Thursday or on Friday, just so you can talk about like the ballpark experience. If this is indeed true that you are flying to Cincinnati right now. But here's what I'm going to do. Because I was looking.
He just said no, not in Cincy. So I apologize. I built that up. Sorry, Sons. But thank you for the super, dude, and thank you for the support.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. But here's what I'm going to do. In the absence of Sons of Johnny Lee, what I'm going to do for you, Sons, is I'm going to bring in one of those great T-shirts you gave me in the past. Because to me, every year, Sons of Johnny Lee would deliver new T-shirts, like with the theme of the season for Murph and myself. And I have a whole bunch of them. And you know what I'm going to do, Sons? I'm going to bring one of your shirts, literally, and I'm going to drape it over a chair so that, like, that's the Sons of Johnny Lee chair. His presence will be felt in the room. We'll take pictures. We'll document it. But
and to clarify, his post was the Giants charter plane taking off to Cincinnati, not Sons taking off himself. Gotcha.
Boys,
okay.
See what happens? I thought I had brain damage, but even I could follow that.
What's funny, dude? We're gonna get into those. We're gonna get into those new jerseys, right? The new City Connects. But Sons of Johnny Lee brought up on Twitter that the guy's post who originally leaked the jerseys, the post has been deleted. So now we're wondering, did the Giants get to this guy, or is it all a hoax and those aren't the real jerseys? We're going to get into it a little bit later in bookmarks to show everybody like what the jerseys should be if we had our in what the city can expect. But we can get into the jerseys in a sec, P.
All right, fair enough. But anyway, Sons, you will be missed. But thank you for the super donation, and your presence will be felt. Because I'm not kidding. I already got the T-shirt picked out. It's the one that has the Gary Carter sticker on the sleeve, which I love. After Gary Carter passed away, and then on the back, it just has Johnny LeMaster's number 10, and then the name is Boo. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm hanging that right over a chair for you, Sons, and hopefully next time. We'll see you out there. All right, Tony, real quick.
Ollie, I stand by Gary Carter is the best perm in baseball. I still stand by it. I'll go to my grave defending Gary Carter's perm is the best perm in baseball ever.
The only guy that could challenge him, I would say, was Don Sutton of the LA Dodgers.
Okay, fair. Yes.
Don Sutton and Gary Carter could go like mano-a-mano death match, cage match for like greatest perm in sports history. I don't know I don't know that I can point out any NFL guys that rocked a perm. I mean, can you think of any?
No, but I got to say, I loved the photos that you would see of Gary Carter with the helmet that didn't have any ear flaps.
Oh, yeah.
And the perm would be coming out the sides and the back.
Like Oscar Gamble. That's the great thing of a lot of the black guys in the 70s had big afros, and Oscar Gamble would pull his hat down, dude. There would be like just coming out the sides. It was an incredible look.
Well, it's like Dwayne Murphy on the A's used to kind of balance it on the top of his.
yeah, exactly. Because the hat won't even really get on. You just got to kind of tip it, like balance it up there. Great call, Tony.
Yeah, right.
So, Tony, how are you feeling after the Warriors have now lost back-to-back games on this road trip? Now, no Curry last night, but that's a game they should have won. That's a game they need to handle down in Miami. Instead, they lose. So that's 2 straight L's. And meanwhile, before you give me your answer, before the show tonight, I just watched the Lakers beat Indianapolis beat the Pacers in Indy. And it was LeBron James with the tip in at the buzzer. So my point is the Lakers are winning. They're going to continue to win. The Warriors have 10 games left. They have to win to keep pace. They're off until Friday. They'll be in New Orleans on Friday. But I don't know. How's your Warrior state of mind right now, T?
I'm gonna let some audio represent how I feel about or how I felt about last night's show. You ready?
Here
we go.
Yeah.
Son of bitch, shit.
Okay.
Son of bitch, shit.
Dude,
that's how I feel about that's what I was thinking.
Son of bitch, shit. Can I get that again, please? How'd the Warriors play last night, Tony?
Son of bitch, shit.
See.
Son of bitch, shit.
Thank you so much, Tony. I asked for it and you delivered the goods. That's the best, man.
You're welcome, buddy.
From Stripes. Yeah.
From Stripes, one of the greatest movies of all time. But Paulie, it's evident the letters MVP for at least according to the Dubs, there's no player more valuable to the Dubs than Stephen Curry. And the numbers even say it that Stephen Curry, they're 7-4 without Curry this season, right? But they have a 117.3 offensive rating, 6th in the NBA with him. Without him, it goes down to 105.2, and it's the worst in the league without him. I just saw that stat today, and I wanted to pass that along to the PMP Army and everybody tuning in because, dude, that is a glaring difference with Curry. And it's like there's 2 songs that come to mind, Paulie. First of all, is Curry Come Back, boom, ba-doom.
Right? Nice.
Right?
Yes.
Or you can get somber, and you can go somber Bono with or without you. And get really kind of, melancholy if you
want. He's very somber in that tune, bro. He's extremely somber. You know what I mean? He's almost whispering Bono, which I don't know if I want to somber Bono.
Right. So I'll go with player and Curry come back instead of baby come back because Curry come back, please.
Well, he will. I think
possible.
Yeah, I think he will come back as soon as possible. And again, last night, not even really a contest. Warriors were outplayed really the entire game. I mean, they were down by 20 points to Miami, dude. To Miami, they were down by 20 points, and then they cut it to 8 in the third quarter. That was like the excitement of the night, and then Miami just closed it out in the 4th. So really disappointing. And again, like just considering how precious these wins are and how tight this race is, dude, you really can't afford to screw around. 10 games left. Go win them. That's my recipe. Go win them. You know.
I mean, with like play in versus non-play in on the line. So it's lay it on the line. So it's all on the line, P. And I don't know what else to say except when I think of Miami, you were saying Miami, and my mind started to drift. We should have put a Miami music battle in the bracket, in the bummer bracket, like. I don't know, Will Smith's Miami versus Miami Sound Machine.
Oh, actually, you know what's funny is you just mentioned U2 a second ago. They actually have a song on the album Pop called Miami. That's the name of the song. By the way, you ready for the chorus, you guys? If you've never heard it, good album, by the way. Kind of a techno EDM thing ahead of its time.
Good album, you're right. Mofo, shout out Mofo.
Shout out Mofo, shout out Discotheque. Bam, 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 bam. But anyway, this song Miami. How about this for a lyric, Tony? Miami is my mammy. That's what he's saying in the chorus of that one. Miami is my mammy. And you know what? I think I know what he's talking about after my trip to Miami. Miami is my mammy as well, dude.
Totally.
I need more Miami. Let me ask you a question. Do your boys in the jam band Fish out of Vermont, did they ever play in Miami? Because the Grateful Dead used to play down there, and I never went.
They played at the whatever the arena where the Heat play. They've played.
Yeah, really.
They've done a New Year's run. American Airlines Arena. Thank you.
Have
American
you gone?
Airlines Arena. No, but I had friends that went, and they said it was glorious. They're like poolside in December.
That's what I'm saying.
Before the shows, and then they go to the shows, they sleep in, and then go midday pool and like rinse and repeat. You know, that kind of
Andrew
thing.
coming in strong too. He goes, "Yeah, Fish did a New Year's run." Now, why did they do it? Why did they play Miami on New Year's? I thought that was like a New York thing for them.
Well, because maybe MSG was booked by Billy Joel. That whole battle between Billy Joel and Fish. There's like a battle between the two guys. Like who's played MSG more consecutive nights, and that's why one of the reasons why the joke is that Fish played the 13 nights in a row. Yeah, just kind of mess with Billy Joel as a side gig.
I'll mess with Billy Joel just for fun. You know what I mean?
Andrew's on it again, booked by Billy Joel. MSG was booked by Billy Joel.
You know what? With Billy Joel, why don't we get his fat ass out of the way already? Like enough with him.
Tell her about it.
No, I don't need it. I don't need most of it. Like
girl.
No, she been living with her uptown world. You know what I mean, dude? Don't.
Tokyo, Arkansas.
Oh, we didn't start the effing fire? The worst shit ever. The worst shit ever. What else do I have to say? We didn't start the fire. Oh,
it was always burning since the world's been turning.
I don't know how this happened. I don't know how Billy Joel just hijacked our show, but it happened. Tony, we have another super.
Take me back to bottle of red, bottle of white. You know, it's not.
I don't even want that. I don't even want that.
Come on, you gotta at least give some love for it.
No, I really don't. No, I don't at all.
Scenes from an Italian restaurant. You're not going to give up love for even scenes from an Italian restaurant. Come on, dude.
Dude, imagine like the set list. It just says scenes. You know what I mean? Like on the set, scenes. Dude, we're gonna open with scenes. It's like get the F out of here with scenes. Tony, Karen Bell with the cool glasses. I missed Tuesday kimonos and mantras. Yeah, 100%. 100%,
nice,
Karen.
Nice,
hey, Karen. I don't know if Karen's coming to the party tomorrow. I hope you can. And if you don't, we'll see you down the road. We'll do other events. But if you do come to the party, Karen, my only request is you wear those cool red glasses because every time you check in, I always check those out and you always look good in those. So, Karen, thank you.
Buy some shades of cool sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. All right, Tony, I think it's about that time we talked to our friend Neil Dinardi.
Stand by, Paul. Stand by, Paul.
Okay,
as much as I love Neil's chilling in the green room, and the green room happens to be the Vegas airport, which, by the way, they changed the name, dude. It's the Harry Reid Airport now. It used to be McCarran all the time. When I just flew in and out of Vegas, I'm like, where's McCarran? And then I realized they changed the name. So
tell me the truth.
Live.
Tony, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to know. Tell me the truth. When you were waiting for your flight to come back to the Bay, were you pulling any of those slot machines in the airport? You know how they get them just lined up at the gate?
No, I was not.
No, good for you. I wouldn't recommend that.
I was still electric, if you know what I mean. So I was just kind of like winding my way down. I was finding my way back to you, Paulie.
Shout out Jefferson Starship. Tony, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because I gave you my thoughts on the Dubs and the situation. By the way, later on, I want to get to the Giants jerseys, but I also want to get to the Niners. Vegas came up with some Niners numbers for the upcoming season.
I want to get Niners numbers as well. In regards to what? What kind of numbers? Like, what do you mean?
Well, over under and how many wins for the season and the like. And I'd like to get your so that's a little tease for later, Paulie. But what do you like? Your thoughts on the Curry thing? Well,
the Curry thing about how they win when he's playing and they don't when he's not. Is that
yeah,
I hate it. I freaking hate it.
On yesterday, and like I honestly think that we all took it for granted that was just a given W.
By the way, I just wanted to say I was distracted by Leah Phillips, her message. I'm rolling a few J's for tomorrow. You know what's so funny? You're like Leah. You're like the 13th person that said that. Like the whole city, I think, is rolling J's for tomorrow. Dude. It's going to be like the Longbridge Pizzeria / dispensary tomorrow.
Oh my God!
based on some of the intel I'm getting here for the party. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you, Lee. It's been too long. Okay, Tony. So Neil Dinardi, our host tomorrow at Longbridge Pizza. If you haven't been, you're in for a treat. He's made special arrangements to accommodate the crowd coming tomorrow, and I think we should bring him in, Tony, so we can introduce him to our listeners, our viewers.
Stand by. I'm going to thank you, Karen, for the super. Much appreciated. Much love
Karen.
to you.
Thank you, Johnny Lee. All you guys. Yeah.
Live from Harry Reid Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I mean, look at this guy. He just looks like South City to me. You know what I mean? Even though he's in Las Vegas, that's a South City mug we're looking at right there. Ladies and gentlemen, pizza.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, nice.
Pizza rules. By the way,
Did you see it was to steal your face, Tony? Did you catch that?
Yes, I did. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. Just Neil has spent the last couple of days at the Pizza Expo in Vegas. Yes, a conference for pizza, Paulie.
Next year, I need to tag along, Neil. I need to have a chair at that thing just to lecture, to take questions, however I can help the greater pizza community. But Neil, I love the effort, dude. Thanks for joining us from the airport. Now, you flying back? What time is your flight tonight? Oh, we can't hear him. You might be muted, buddy.
No,
you might be muted. Stand by. No, it's okay. We're going to make this work.
Just so the PMP Army knows, we tested everything beforehand, so we know that it works. At the bottom
of the screen, you have a mute button. See if that's clicked, because you're going to want to unclick that.
Yeah, it's all good.
How do we do this, T? He's sitting right there. I want to get him. How do we get him?
We talked to him earlier. Yeah, and he said just use the microphone from your laptop, just to make sure that we get that again, and get the earbud in. And I don't know. I mean, we can keep testing it.
Yeah,
I would say Neil, keep testing things on your end, dude, and we're going to keep talking. And if your testing interrupts our conversation,
there he is. What's up, baby? How you doing? How you doing, Neil?
All right, good. I'm here at the newly named airport in Las Vegas. I'm at the PGA Bar and Grill. You know, it's not that easy to find a flat space to host a meeting that is not inside of a restaurant.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Now, what time is your flight tonight? What time are you coming back to the Bay?
The flight's at 9:20. So I think they told me I'm going to be boarding at 8:45. So this timing works out perfect, guys.
Nice, dude. Nice. And how was the Pizza Expo? A good couple of days with all your pizza brethren?
Yeah. So I flew out early. I had a 7 a.m. flight out here yesterday. And then I hit the expo. The expo's such a scene, man. It's the pizza family, you know, like the pizza tribe. So I went out. So when you go to expo, there's a few different things to do, right? You could go listen to speakers just dropping great industry knowledge. I came to see different pieces of equipment. And then also it's to see all my pizza friends who live in SoCal, New York, and everything. So it was just such a great gathering of people in the pizza industry. It's freaking awesome.
I bet you're one of the very few too. And I've been telling people, Neil, when we do the Longbridge spots over the past few weeks, I've been talking about your sourdough crust. How I think that's kind of a secret weapon of your recipe. Cause I honestly don't think I ever had that before I had Longbridge pizza. And it really does make a difference. Like, did anybody else at the conference? I bet you I'm guessing no, but did anybody else practice that? The art of sourdough crust, or is that specific to you guys?
Man, the great thing about it out here in pizza is that everyone is doing everything. Are there more sourdough people? Yeah. But a lot of the sourdough has to do with, kind of like wine, the terroir of the environment of where you're at, right? So if you're making sourdough in Alabama or New York, it's going to be different than San Francisco just because of the natural yeast in the air. So one thing I want to talk about and tell you guys and all the listeners to really give you an insight of what it's like to be at Pizza Expo is the different tribes within the pizza community, right? There's within the tribe. So first you start out with, just your normal sales guys, right? Everyone's trying to sell everyone everything. Then once you start getting into more of like the deeper pizza aspect, so you got the Italians. The Italians kind of stayed to their side. They roll in a they roll
yeah.
their own
Waving
group.
the Italian flag and shit. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So to play on that, everyone's got these like jackets. They're chef coats, but they're almost like NASCAR jackets.
Bro.
Nice.
It's almost a hierarchy thing. The more patches and sponsorships you have on your jacket, like the bigger bigwig you are. And it's hilarious to see everyone in their NASCAR jackets.
I always love that. It's like that's like the Vatican in Rome, man. Like the more power you have in the Catholic Church, like the bigger your hat gets. You know what I mean? By the time the Pope comes out, he's got like that 3-foot hat on. It's like that must be the guy in charge. He's got the biggest hat. That's the kind of thing. It's like the more patches, the more royalty in the pizza community, I guess. That's badass.
Dude, Neil, is there like a deep dish posse and then like a thin crust posse and then like
posse.
Yeah.
And they're gonna meet like in an empty parking lot and just fist fight. Yeah.
I mean, it's really like New York has got you know, the New York guys got their thing, the West Coast guys, you know, us hippies out west got our thing. But don't sleep on the Brazilians, man. Brazilians love fucking pizza and they roll deep, man. Like they might roll deeper than the Italians. From coming into the event, man. The Brazilians fucking love pizza.
Here's my question, Neil.
That's
I've never that's really awesome. That's very encouraging. Did you, because I like Brazil, I've always wanted to go to Brazil, go down to Carnival, dance around and all that. But did you try the Brazilian pizza? I'd be really curious to know what that's like.
I didn't try it. I don't even know if they were actually making it. They were more attending they were attending it. So when I was trained at Tony's in North Beach, I worked there for a couple years.
Nice.
I was actually the guy I worked next to the most was from Brazil.
Wow.
And he taught me really how to like physically work an oven, stretch pizza, top pizza, and make pizza. So, and the Brazilians roll deep in the pizza community.
Dude, this is phenomenal.
It is.
Neil, I gotta ask you too. Like, I want to know, like, outside of the expo, I want to go back to like the genesis of Longbridge Pizza. Like, obviously, you and Andrew are boys from South San Francisco. We've talked about that on the show before. But how did the whole thing just come to fruition? Like, how are we? Like, it's 10 years or 11 years now going. So, how did, like, 11 years ago or even more? What started the whole voyage?
How did it all go down? All right. So first, Andrew's from Burlingame. I'm from South City. So we went to the same high school. We went to Sarah High School in San Mateo.
There you go.
We first met on the mean streets of the St. Mary's statue in the courtyard, and we got in a fight while we were waiting for our moms to pick us up.
Tremendous.
Wait, hold on. You fought each other?
Yeah. Straight up. He said something to me. I didn't like it. Next thing you know, shirts are being pulled over. You know, no real fist thrown, but you know, a good 14-year-old St. Mary's statue fight.
One of you guys take the other to the ground? That usually how it ends.
I took him to the ground. And
hey, listen,
Andrew,
South City.
South City's taking down Burlingame. 9 times out of 10, right?
That's the thing. I mean, South City's not going to stand by for that kind of abuse.
We know what's going on the mean streets of Grand Avenue. So, all right, 14 years, freshman year. So now junior year comes along, right?
Yeah.
We discovered we both like to enjoy the herbal delish. Hey, what's up, Andrew? What's going on, man?
See? So, we're friends now. Yeah,
we're friends. Hey, you like that? I like that. Let's hang out. So we became really close our junior and senior year of high school. And that MFer actually filled out my college application. He said, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, you know what? We're going to University of Arizona. I'll fill out your college application. Of course, since we're out of state and they get ridiculous tuition, and now we're college roommates.
Nice.
So we were college roommates for 4 years at the University of Arizona. We got a house together. And then after we graduated, he went his way, I went mine. I started cooking in pizzeria restaurants after taking this pizza tour in New York called Scott's Pizza Tour. That's a whole nother story. I went in all the baseball stadiums on the East Coast. I went to Camden Yards, New City Field, Yankee Stadium, Pittsburgh, Philly. You know, I coached South City, my hometown. I coached the team up in Cooperstown. Wow. I played in that tournament when I was 12 years old. So after I graduated college, I went to coach that same team, South City in Cooperstown.
Wow. Dude, Neil, I'm coaching my son there next summer. I can't wait. We're already starting to like book the plans and everything. I can't wait. We'll have to talk offline about that trip too, man.
Yeah, that's Dreams awesome. Park, man. Dreams Park, is that where Dreams you're going? Park.
Yeah, exactly. So hey, by the way, Andrew is confirming everything you're saying, by the way, in the comment line. I just want to get that. He's confirming everything you're saying.
Yeah, this is real. There was a scrap. There was a friendship. It's all true. So I want to do this while we have Neil on the line tonight. I figured, Tony, it'd be good for, like, I wanted the commenters and the viewers and the audience to kind of get a feel for Neil, get to know him a little bit, so they're ready for tomorrow. And that being said, rather than kind of go over the usual points we do about the food and all that, let's just talk about what we have happening tomorrow, as far as like when the doors open, when you're going to have people coming in, Neil. So let's just set the table. What time is all the action going to kick off tomorrow?
Oh man, we cannot wait to host the PMP Army. I am leaving Vegas instead of going to the Sphere and seeing Dead Steven, who makes our playlist. He flew out tonight. He's going to stay tonight and tomorrow night. He's going to catch the show. But I was like, there ain't no place I'd rather be, right? So I would be at the like, no way, man. When we talked about this, there was not a fucking chance that I was not going to be there. So as far as it goes tomorrow, doors are open at 11 o'clock. Open for everyone.
Wow. Right on.
First pitch at 1. Tony and I are going to be setting up Don Peralta. I got to give him a shout out. Thank you for everything you've done. I had a call with him, Petty and Napa. Rags hopped on for a while, talked a little shit. It was fucking awesome. So the way it's going to go down tomorrow is I'm hosting the PMP Army. I'm hosting you guys, and we're doing family style. There's no other way I would do it than family style. Because you know what? It would be hard if, you know what, hey, you want split pizza? Hey, you want to do a chicken parm? What we're doing, we're going to cut sandwiches into 4. You know, you could always take more. You can never take less. So everyone gets a small dose. Everybody gets a small dose. You want a gabagool? You want a chicken parm? Tony, did Dom share the menu with you? Should we drop that?
Oh, yes, I've got it right here.
Oh, let's do it. Great idea. That's a great call, Neil. Let's throw it up there. Let people see. That's
all right. Let me see how I can do this. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
And let me get rid of the banner for a second here, just
dude, look at
so
the
everybody can see everything.
See, it's all right there. Look. Oh, and the meatball. You know what, dude? I haven't talked about the meatballs enough. I need to start talking about those meatballs a little more. When I went to the USF game, Tony, a couple of weeks ago, I went down to watch him play Gonzaga at Chase Center. I was in there with Drutzy, my buddy Drutzy and his wife Kim, and we were having like a pre-game meal. And Drutzy, I didn't even think of it, but my buddy Drutzy ordered the meatballs. He was like, I want to try the. Bro, I ate pretty much his entire order. I'm like, let me get some more of those meatballs. So we need to. I'm so glad to see those meatballs on the menu, and it's a good reminder for me. I need to talk about those more. But let's go look at Tony's eggplant parm. There you go, T.
Oh, dude. Oh, Tony,
a little special.
Neil,
for you, only for you.
Oh, thank you, dude.
So
that's my favorite thing to order in a restaurant anywhere.
I'm actually going to take a picture of this. I'm so like impressed
with
this.
That's going to be in sandwich form. I'm super stoked on it. I did a test run with my family on Sunday night. Turned out fantastic. One of the things I am really stoked on is the one at the bottom. So we're collaborating with our friends at Deli Board. He's got a great place in South of Market. He's he's from Cleveland. He's Ohio. He's a Midwest boy. And he loves to do Cincinnati chili.
Okay.
So,
nice, dude.
Why not?
Yeah, Cincinnati chili. We're playing Cincinnati. You throw that stuff on a cutlet or spaghetti. Freaking.
Oh man, great. That is fantastic, dude.
Hey,
and I love Deli Board. By the way, shout out. You're right, Neil. Deli Board is a fantastic spot, man. So I love. And
he's a big head. He's a big head.
We're all surprised that the two of you guys are,
I gotta say, this is a great looking menu. Neil, thank you so much for opening your doors to the entire PMP community, and the Army's going to be coming strong tomorrow. I have to, and also the Polymac pizza will be debuted. That's what an honor that is. First pizza I've ever had named after me. But I have to also ask you about one last thing, and then I'll let you get on with your flight. But final question for Neil is, tell us, or anybody who doesn't know, Neil, explain what Detroit inspired pizza is. What exactly does that mean?
So Detroit inspired pizza is going to be, Paulie, you're probably familiar with like Sicilian style, right?
Oh yeah.
Kind of like focaccia, a little thicker, maybe an inch and a half, a slow rise. So what makes it, and be careful, man. When people say it is New York style, this is Detroit style, that's why we say inspired, because I'll have people throwing off cocktails through my window if I say Detroit style. So what makes it Detroit style is the crispy cheese that is cooked into the
That's
pizza.
My favorite part of it, Neil. That's my favorite part of it, dude, is the crispy cheese.
It's badass.
Man. That's what takes it over the top. It takes it over the top.
It's like you're almost eating a Cheez-It on the edge of the pizza.
That's a great description. That's a great description, because we sampled that when we were hanging out with Neil one time, and that's really how it does taste. So there it is, kids. The Polymac pizza, the Sophia. We got the Detroit-inspired pepperoni and mushroom. Vinny's gabagool, the chicken parm. Can't wait to dive into that bad boy. Tony's eggplant parm, those killer meatballs, Cincinnati chili, and it's all to celebrate Giants opening day tomorrow. Giants at Cincinnati. First.
Hey, Paulie.
Yeah.
On the comment line, dude, I got a quote. Fo15 West, because once we put the menu up, his comment was, "Oh, fuck me sideways."
Well, no, but you see, this is how Neil likes to roll. Neil is like an artist. He's an artist, but he works with food instead of a paintbrush and an easel. And you're all going to get to sample his art tomorrow. So I'll tell you this, Neil, thanks again in advance for everything you've done for us to get us to this point. And then tomorrow, let's just have a great time, dude. You have a safe trip back to the Bay tonight. Get a couple of winks, catch some sleep, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow at Longbridge Pizza, brother. Thank you so much, Neil.
Thank you so much, Paulie, Tony, PMP Army. I cannot wait until tomorrow. It's going to be great. Bring the herbal delish, and let's have a great time.
Awesome, dude, Neil. Safe travels, brother. See you tomorrow, man.
Get some rest.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Pizza rules.
Yes, it does.
I love
it does indeed.
We'll
see
you
tomorrow,
brother.
Neil. Neil Dinardi, everybody, the owner, owner and founder of Longbridge Pizza, our dignified host for tomorrow, and we are really excited for this, man. It's going to be a great time. And Tony, this is like all of the kind of hopes that we had when we launched this show. And the funny thing about it is the show is still in its infancy. I mean, we're really just getting this thing off the ground when you look at like where we intend to go. But I have to say, like, one of my hopes was that this would be like bringing people together and like-minded people to come hang out, whether it's here during the show, you take a break from the insanity of the real world, you hang out here for a while, you riff, you have a good time, and then you can go back to like all the shit that's going on out there. But it's great that everyone seems to be getting along in the comments. It brings me a lot of happiness to see everyone doing this. So we hope to see as many of you tomorrow as possible. I realize it's a work day, but listen, Tony, sometimes you got to cut class. You got to cut work. You got to cut school. You got to get to where you need to be. You follow?
100%, dude. I'm a little distracted. My daughter, Olivia, is popping into the show real quick. Olivia, thank you for dropping by.
Yeah.
She checked into the studio, Paul. I thought the studio door was locked, but it was. Not to lock it next time. Kidding, Liv.
She didn't see the on-air light on? I guess
no,
not.
She didn't see. By the way, that's a thing that people need to know, like in the industry, old school industry, the mic light has to be on, right? And then
how many people totally violate that?
Right in. Just
hey, what are you guys doing? It's like, dude, the fucking light is on. Like, no one cares. Yeah,
right. I'd be in the middle of a live, like reading a spot, and all of a sudden,
the time.
Hey, Tony, did you get that done? It's like, oh, really, dude? Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, what time are you going home? Like, I'm in the middle of recording something here. I know.
Can you come down the hall when you're done with that? I was like, anyways.
Might be the most useless piece of technology ever invented in radio, the on-air light, because nobody obeys it.
Nobody does, dude.
No,
by the way, I also wanted to say that Neil did confirm that Rags's Glossy has arrived in San Francisco, but it's not at Longbridge yet. So
all right, that's okay.
He's tracking the package, and the package arrived in San Francisco. So Rags, thank you, brother. No, I love that he was part of the behind the scenes meeting today. I guess I got a snapshot of Patty.
I love that Rags is on the meetings now. I don't even know what's going on. I got Rags sitting in with Neil and shit. Again, for people that don't know, Rags is like my best friend from Jersey. I grew up with him since I was 13, but I didn't know he was sitting in on meetings, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Tom Peralta's confirming he's grabbing it now, and Patty from Napa says the glossy is at Dom Peralta's house. Dude.
Okay. I can't wait. Well, listen, I would like to have that glossy hanging up next to the Paulie Mac glossy. Like, have us like a couple on the wall at Longbridge. And then I'd like to I wouldn't mind having Rags fly out here and sign it at some point. He's going to have to autograph that bad boy.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
And when Rags does come out to the West Coast, we're going to have to get like an entirely different location because Rags gets spun around, dude. He's like the Tasmanian devil, just going through trees and stuff, eating. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure we have like a safe location where everyone's going to be intact. Darren Ray is checking in right now with a super. Let's just acknowledge him, Tony.
Can't make the pizza party, but here's some quarters. If there's a Galaga, dude, Galaga's my favorite. Darren,
good particles. That's good particle.
Galaga's my favorite video game ever made. I have a Galaga T-shirt. I'll wear it on the show one of these days. It's just the game Galaga, and as you play it as my T-shirt.
Tony, no, Darren Reyes, dude. I look forward to meeting you when the time is right. You can't make it tomorrow, no sweat. But I also want to compliment his Eddie Murphy icon right there, dude, from Coming to America. Dude, well, I got to tell you, one of the funny, dude, I was just about to illustrate, like, dude, and I still don't know even what that means. Is that for like mosquitoes or something?
It's just Murphy being Murphy, dude. That's all it is, man.
Dude, but it's all about the freaking that little brush he's doing.
Paulie, I know you're not going to crack one because you got to get your buddy, but I'm going to crack one for the PMP Army tonight because it's the night flight.
Yeah.
And by the way, my buddy Mark, shout out Mark Wiseman, local dad here, who you'll meet tomorrow, Paulie. Everybody will meet tomorrow. He brought these over. These are called Bud Light Platinums. Have you heard of these?
No, dude, no.
Bud Light, look at this. He brought these over, and he brought it over. He brought it over specifically for me to crack on the night flight because
not to be confused with Bud Light Bronze.
But look at it says brewed for the night.
You know what? Dude? Cut the S. Tony, it's going to taste like a regular old Bud Light. That's my prediction. No platinum or not. Yeah. While you do that, I just want to operate my brush. Yeah.
Awesome. And, it's a bit. It has a bit more flavor. It has a bit more flavor.
Dude,
I got a Pliny ready to go. Yeah.
Damn, nice bottle.
Yeah, it's a nice bottle. All right,
bottle. Tony.
By the way, I want to also just mention John Lund was on fire this morning.
Yeah.
John Lund is starting his Friday night broadcast with Larry Krueger. Bottom of the Pint, it's called, which they're going to start doing on Friday nights. And then Tolbert had Jay Wright on today.
Dude.
So check out Tolbert with Jay Wright. I watched some of it today. It was fantastic. And then he had God, why am I blanking on the Orioles manager's name right now? He's from Santa Rosa. Brandon. Oh man, that's really bad on my part. I apologize. But he had the manager of the Orioles on today. And they were both fantastic. But Jay Wright, especially because the tournament's coming back tomorrow. And by the way, Longbridge, Patty commented earlier in the chat. March Madness is at Chase Center tomorrow. The West Regionals are at Chase. So if you're coming to Longbridge, if you're coming from the peninsula, take the train. Second, if you take the train, and then
do you have any like blenders? You want to fire up some blenders? Yeah. How about the lawnmower? Can you get the lawnmower going back there too? It would fit in great. Yeah. Maybe a couple of hair dryers if they could operate some heavy machinery. Yeah.
I know, man. Sorry. Wednesday night flight. Expect the unexpected on a Wednesday night flight. Unbelievable, man.
Well, Tony,
yes, I was saying check out Jay Wright with Tom Tolbert. It was really, really good.
I want to say I love what Tom's been doing. His whole vibe, like his whole relaxed vibe, and the way he's conducting his interviews. If you haven't checked him out yet, definitely get over there. All part of the Bay Area Sports Collective. We're all part of the same family.
Yep.
John Lund, who's doing great stuff every day. John Lund, dude, I dig John Lund's vibe. He just brings a good vibe to the table, which is something I'm always looking for. And then Tom is Tom. You know how great Tom Tolbert is. Now, Tony, I want to do a couple things before we wrap tonight.
You said something about Jay Wright there real quick. He does look like he's related. You said this off the air. He does look like Clooney's brother. Like George Clooney's brother.
Speaking of lookalikes, how much does this look like a Wonder Joint from Revenge of the Nerds? A minute ago, I was flogging myself with it, but I kept tightening it. And now it's like, hey, guys, Wonder Joints. All right. So, Tony, I want to segue quickly into the Giant City Connect jerseys, if you could.
Yes. I was going to say, let's go we can do a couple bookmarks if you want, P.
I want to go bookmarks, and I want to do some brackets before we end the show.
Yes.
Sorry, I muted the mic before we end the show. Yeah.
Yeah, we got bookmarks, we got brackets, and I want to get your take on the Niners. But see, let's go. I'm going to share this. We didn't do the show open just because we're moving and grooving. So stand by.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go first here. Nope. Here you go. Excuse me. Those are the supposedly.
Go ahead.
The new Giants City Connect jerseys. So
well, I haven't come across anybody that likes these. That would include me. I don't know how red comes into the color scheme, nor do I know how purple comes into the color scheme. You can see the cuff on the sleeve is purple.
Yep.
And unless I'm going colorblind, those numbers are those red? Those look red to me because
it's like it goes from like orange to like light red to purple. Like what
does that mean? What does that have to do with San Francisco? Like I don't think I get it. I don't get it.
You just nailed it, Paulie. Nothing. The City Connects before they had the bridge, they had the fog. Like it was San Francisco.
Well, this
has nothing to do with San Francisco.
Right. And Connect City Connect. It's like the connection to the city. But I don't see black or purple or red. Now, I know I'm not colorblind now because as I study this, I see the numbers are red because the orange border around the Giants, that's orange. But even under the G and the I, that's effing purple. What the hell?
It's purple. And the numbers are like an orangish red. It's like a I don't know what the name for the type of color, like a burnt orange or like a deep orange, because there are hints of red, but it's not fully red. It's really
how about
bizarre.
if I call it the F off orange? You know what I mean?
Here's the thing,
it's
too.
Not like the orange I want to see on my Giant uniform. Like, go blank yourself. That's a nice shade of go blank yourself orange, as far as I'm concerned.
And also, we should note the guy who posted this morning. Said, hey, here's the new jerseys. And he obviously was leaked. I think the Giants were going to, do a big media blast about this. This guy's post has since been deleted. So I was going back and forth with Sons of Johnny Lee earlier before the show, and he says, I wonder if this is a hoax, like if this is not the real jersey. So we have to just preface this by saying,
John Joseph, get it off my screen. Dude, that's how I feel, brother. Hey, John, but here's my question. Tony, leave it up for a second more because I want to know, like, am I to assume that this means the lower, like the pants are black too? Is that what you're throwing
So that's what I commented on my own page today saying, does that mean the pants are black and the socks are purple? Is that what this means? Like
the only blacks I want are Pearl Jam black, Metallica fade to black, and I'll even throw in AC/DC back in black. But I don't want black pants and black jerseys on my San Francisco Giants when they're playing baseball. Dude, black on black. Sorry, T, real quick, one last thing, and then you go. I want to say that, do you remember when this is reminding me of some of the worst? It's like the worst in uniforms in sports. Remember when the 49ers did that a couple of years ago? They went black on black with the red numbers.
Paulie, it's like you're inside my head and you're inside Mark Graves' head, because that I replaced jury duty versus car breakdown in the inconvenience bracket with this jersey versus the 49ers black jersey.
Ooh.
The inconvenience to my eyeballs is how it's an inconvenience. Okay,
Tony, that's the kind of creativity out of Creative Tony I'm freaking looking for there. It's an inconvenience.
I remember talking to Ted Robinson because he was still doing the Niner games at the time, and he was so frustrated by those jerseys because you couldn't tell. You could not tell. It was so freaking frustrating. So I just, again, I don't know what's going on here. I feel like people are I respect creativity, obviously, to the umpteenth degree, but I also feel like you have to just sometimes think about, I don't know, where the team is from and have that represented. So I'm going to present the other thing. This is great. So I want to give some love here. Outer Sunset Giant says this is what the San Francisco City Connects jerseys should have looked like, and look at those bad boys.
Well, now time out for a second here. Time out. I'm starting to wonder because, okay, so obviously that's a lot more in line with San Francisco. Even if you don't like tie-dye, that thing is insane looking.
Isn't that great? Come on, look at the hat too, dude.
Dude, that thing, I almost kind of feel like I'm borderline tripping just looking at that damn thing. Like, it's like, wow, the colors are starting to move. But Tony, and by the way, the text line exploding with other black songs. Painted Black, I saw Scarlet Fire had Black Muddy River. Even I'll double down.
Black Muddy River. I love that song. And to just give props to the whole Metallica Black album. You know, I mean, why not?
Yeah, Blackened. I saw Dom said Blackened. Also, Tony, I'll throw in another Grateful Dead song. One of my favorites, actually. I'll throw in Black Throated Wind.
That's Black Throated Wind is great.
But Tony, so the tie-dye Giants jersey. Let me tell you why this is unusual. Because a couple of weeks ago, I heard or read on social media. I forget if I heard this or I saw this online, but somebody said that the new Giant City Connect jersey will have a lot. This is what I read. It said it'll have a lot to do with San Francisco and the Haight-Ashbury district. And I thought, well, that's probably going to have something to do with the Grateful Dead and Janis Joplin, all, Sly and the Family, that whole thing, all the 60s stuff. So, yeah. But then when I saw the new one today, I thought, well, maybe that's it. But like you said, maybe the new one is a hoax, and maybe this is the real one. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know.
This is made by this. I think this person, the Outer Sunset Giants, I think he's known to do, or she is known to do, just mock-up jerseys, right?
Oh, I see.
But he or she was saying that this is what the jerseys should look like, and I couldn't agree more with Outer Sunset because. I wouldn't just wear this to a game. I'd wear this to shows. I'd wear this around town.
Dude, you wear this to shows. You're giving the guy behind you like a real feast for the eyes. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm doing, Paulie? I'm wearing this unbuttoned to the beach and just like letting it fly in the wind.
Well, you could even take it a step farther. Do like Harold and Kumar in their bottomless pool party. You could wear that jersey with no pants. Hey, I want to say Sons of Johnny Lee. Wow, Sons of Johnny Lee doubling down. He's coming in with Blackout by the Scorpions. 100%.
Nice.
100%.
Nice. Oh, dude, Ryan Kaufman with Black Dog. How about that?
Black Dog, another great one. Nice.
And also, I saw Black Hole Sun. Who said Black Hole Sun, which is just a great the aspiring botanist. No, and then did you say Black Magic Woman earlier? Because Ryan Kaufman also.
I didn't
say
Black
Magic Woman. We got that as well.
Can I say Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath? Can I throw that out there?
Yes, you can.
What's so funny?
It just made me laugh. It just made me laugh. Did you say Painted Black already? Because Sons of Johnny Lee just
I did. Okay. Somebody said, "Oh, that's Sons." Yeah, Sons said Painted Black. I know it's all.
I also want to give because the posters are all over. The posters are all over Longbridge Pizza of the string cheese incident. Because Neil and Andrew are fans of that band, and I am too. And they do there's an old bluegrass. I forget who does the original, but it's called Black Clouds. If you ever see a band like Billy Strings will play Black Clouds, or you get some other great bluegrass musicians. By the way, you keep doing.
I know. I just want to keep. It's a fun thing to do. Try it at home, dude. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but once I saw that Eddie Murphy picture, I'm like, you know what? I'll try it. It worked for Eddie. Maybe it'll work for me. Yeah,
Andrew and sitting in Tahoe. Andrew, yes, Black Clouds. He knows. If you've ever seen String Cheese,
it's out of control. The amount of black coming. Sorry, T, go for it, brother.
No. I'm just saying, if you've ever seen String Cheese live and they play that live, you're in for a treat. And did you shout out the Black Crows? Did you just say the Black Crows?
Black Crows. I didn't say Black Crows. Also, Sons of Johnny Lee just on a rampage. He also said, "Don't forget about Spin the Black Circle" by Spin the Black Circle. Part of a punk rock song. If you ask me.
And that was that showed me a whole new sound of Pearl Jam because it was more punk. You're right. It was like
they got punk in them. They got a lot of punk.
No, I know, but everything was more melodic. Everything up until then was more melodic, and then the Vitology came out, and it was like they would have hard rock. They would have hard rock like Go.
I love hard rock. Yes.
They about like Go and Animal. And those were like hard rocking songs. But then Spin the Black Circle came on Vitology, and I'm like, whoa. Well, this is like.
Spin the Black Circle, and the other one that reminds me, I feel like they're brother and sister. These two songs, Spin the Black Circle and Mind Your Manners. That's another punk one by the
Mind Your Manners.
Mind Your Manners. By the way, that's the song the kid from Marin Mill Valley played drums on at Oakland.
Yes.
Remember that kid they brought up? We had him on the podcast, that high school
We had
kid.
him on the podcast. He was great. That whole backstory, I'm sure Sons of Johnny Lee knows that story, but Paulie and I went to the Pearl Jam show in Oakland, and Matt Cameron had COVID, and he was stuck in Arizona. So Vedder asked his daughter, who's a musician as well. Eddie Vedder asked his daughter, who's also a musician. He says, "Hey, I know you know some musicians down in the Bay Area. Do you have anybody that could play drums for us or come and?" And so they brought one of their sound tech guys from Oakland to play some drums. I remember him sitting in as well. And then this kid, God, his name's on the tip of my tongue because yes, we had him on. He's from Mill Valley.
Yeah.
And
he goes to Tam High, this kid.
He goes, yeah, and he sat in on drums and crushed it. And we're
crushed
like,
it.
Crushed it.
And what a thrill. Like, he'll be talking about that for the rest of his life. I mean, he played in front of 20,000 people with Pearl Jam. I mean, incredible.
Exactly.
Really kind of a cool night. That's a band making the most out of a shitty situation. Like losing your drummer 9 times out of 10, that's the end of the gig. I mean, you got no drummer, you got no gig. But they filled in, like you said. And don't forget about our boy Klinghoffer, dude. Klinghoffer jumped up there for a few too. The secret weapon.
That's right. And by the way, we got to give Blackbird, Michael Diaz's Blackbird, Beatles Blackbird is just
it's gonna keep coming. There's so many black songs. But how about the Rolling Stones album, Black and Blue? Ronnie Wood's first album, Black and Blue. We'll keep going. We'll keep going if we have to. Yeah.
Nice. I wanted to check out if there are any more bookmarks that I want. Okay. Well, yeah, this will lead to and by the way, Chuck D had a tweet earlier today, Paulie, that I loved.
Okay.
Chuck D of Public Enemy says the baseball Athletics should call themselves the Golden State A's for the next few seasons. I thought that was just Chuck D in
as usual,
dropping science as he always does. But I will share. I want to share this one more time.
Sure.
This is a question I've been wanting to ask you ever since I saw it today.
Yes.
Coach Yak we got to get Coach Yak on the show, by the way. The 49ers over-under wins for 2025 was just released. 10.5. That's the over-under for wins for the Niners. How do you feel, Paulie? 10.5 for the Niners coming up this season. I think it's weird that they put that out before the draft, by the way. Number one.
Yeah, that is kind of. And by the way, as I'm looking at the numbers and I see Ayuk back there, number 11. Did you already hear Ricky Pearsall? He's changed his number already. What? Like what? These guys are driving me fucking nuts. Changing numbers.
That's what I love about Logan Webb and and Barry Zito. These guys that kept 62 and 75.
I mean, Lincecum 55. Yeah.
Right. It's like that's the number I was given in the minors, or when I made the club, and the number I got when I made the club. And I'm going to keep with it. You know, there's a reason for it.
I remember when my kid James got number 46 in football. He was like, "Dad, I don't like number 46." I'm like, "Dude, that's Tim McDonald's number. That's a great number." Tim McDonald. Tim McDonald was he was great back there in the secondary for us.
Wasn't that Tom Holmoe as well?
100%. Shout out Tom Holmoe on special teams. And then I said, but you know what the thing is with the number, you make it your own. Like you don't have to like it, but then you're going to make that's your number now. So,
you know the guy who wore jersey number 1 last season, Paulie? His name is Deebo Samuel. Do you see him? Did you see his press conference with the Commanders, by the way, when he got introduced to the team? Did you see that?
I chose not to see it. I don't want to see it. I really don't. I heard him say something like, I like winning. That's why
I like winning. Dude.
Hey, Debo, here's my message. Go blank off, dude. You don't like winning. Did you not like playing in those 2 Super Bowls? Was that not winning enough for you? Have a good time down there. Tony,
Jay Stamps is on it too. Delaney Walker, 46.
Dude, see the double tight end set, man. But Tony, I wanted to say that Ricky Pearsall now has done a Deebo Samuel. He's going from 14, and now he's going to wear number 1 next year. Number 1.
That number's cursed. I feel like that number's cursed.
Thank you.
Why would you do that, Ricky?
That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I actually kind of liked him in 14. I was like, I haven't seen like a good 14 in a while since maybe Worshing.
Well, you're forgetting. Do I have to
Druckenmiller? You're talking about Druckenmiller? Was Druckenmiller 14?
You're damn right he was 14, bro. Never forget. First round draft pick, by the way, with Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh looked at Druckenmiller and said, "Yeah, that's my guy." I don't get that. I still don't get that. He was dating Penthouse Pets and he was throwing interceptions and he didn't last long.
Oh, God.
The other 14 you're forgetting. Here's where I'm going to blow your doors off. You ready? This is how Tony and I roll off the air, too. This is like us in our natural state.
Totally.
Shout out on special teams during the Harbaugh era. Vinny Sutherland, okay? Vinny Blanken Sutherland, okay? I remember him. Maybe we remember
his pull.
Yeah,
that's
Vinny
an amazing pull.
Number 14.
I would not have, and I'm a numbers guy. I would not have pulled that out.
Well, we're both numbers guys. The good thing about Tony and I is if I don't have the answer, Tony will, and vice versa.
And by the way, can we give love to Atlee Hammaker, number 14 for the Giants? Can we just please
100%?
Didn't Vita Blue wear 14 also? I feel like Vita Blue wore 14, and it said Vita.
Yeah, he did wear 14. You're right. He did.
It didn't say blue on the back of the jersey. It said Vita.
Dude,
and shout out. I was going to say shout out Paige McConnell of Fish, who had a side project titled Vita Blue. His side project band was called Vita Blue. Go, Paulie.
Let me tell you a couple things about Vita Blue real quick. One, put him in the Hall of Fame. I don't give a shit anymore. Put him in. You look at his numbers. Tell me he doesn't belong. I don't want to hear it. Put him in. And then number two, because Vita Blue's numbers are going to be better than any pitcher's numbers from this era that are going to go to the Hall. So cut the shit and put Vita Blue in there. Go look at his 1971 numbers. They're insane.
It's a great call.
I think he went like 23-4 or something like that with like a 1 point something ERA. Come on, man. And then
one of the nicest guys in the history that I've ever worked with, ever.
Yep, Vita Blue, class act, dude. I'm a big Vita Blue fan. And don't forget, Tony, the 1978 All-Star game, Vita Blue was a starting pitcher for the National League. I'm just throwing that out there because that was a
look at this real quick. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Gosh darn it. I apologize.
That's okay.
I was trying to show a picture of Vita and then the whole subscription thing popped up.
Well,
I wanted to show a picture of Vita's leg kick. His leg kick is something you don't see anymore. You don't see that high of a leg
kick.
Dude,
and that knee would be up like by his ear, dude. He would bring his kick up so high that it would almost be like touching his head for real. It was like a thing of beauty, like poetry in motion.
Dude, by the way, Sons of Johnny Lee, Patrick Bailey, 14, as my kids say, Paulie, which I refuse to say. What? Like the other day we were watching, and Dom goes, "Oh, that's Pat Bay." I go, "Wait, what? That's what?"
Crap. You know,
he goes, "Yeah, Pat Bay's up. Pat Bay's up. Cool. Cool."
I can't endorse Pat Bay. I'm gonna have to talk to Dom about that when I see him. I'll sit him down. It's not how we're gonna do it. Dom.
His reaction to the jersey was like, "Dude, that's fire, Dad." I was like,
"Fire? Is it? That's not fire, though.
No, it's not.
It's from gonna throw a bucket of water on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's how fire is. I will extinguish it. Tony, you asked me a question about the Niner wins, and I would say that's about right. I would say about 10 is where I'm if all goes well.
Considering they have 13 draft picks now, like I feel like there's so much that's going to happen in the draft. Who knows? Like, I guess maybe I don't know. I mean, 17 regular season games. Sure. 11 wins. You take the over. I would say take the over.
Hey, Robot,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Tony. You're feeling optimistic, huh?
Yeah, I am. Okay. I am feeling optimistic. Dude, with a healthy McCaffrey, a healthy Kittle, a healthy Bosa, I don't know how happy Ayuk is, but a healthy Ayuk, so hopefully.
Yeah.
And
how can you pout after you held out and got showered in money? What's there to be unhappy about? I'm not sure.
I don't know, man.
By the way, a lot of people backing me on my anti-Pat Bay take, and I'm not the only one, apparently. Tony, let's do a couple of bracket picks, and then I actually got to go because I got to get ready for tomorrow, and I got a guy coming in. So,
oh man,
a couple of quick bracket selections, and then
couple of quick bracket selections, and I'm gonna shout out birthdays on the way out, and we're done. Okay,
so you got it, buddy.
Stand by. Here we go. Present. Stand by.
Look at Tony producing. I love this kid. He's so good at this shit. I love it, man. Go.
Oh, I got to refresh it because Dom made some changes. Yeah, there it is, dude. Come on. We're going right to it.
Through changes. All right, Tony.
Okay. Oh, we forgot to do the bracket with Neil. We wanted to get Neil's take on the bracket. Shoot.
That's okay. We got plenty.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
Tomorrow.
Plenty of time.
Since we're talking jerseys, I'm diving right in.
Sure. What's the matchup?
I think the commenters should decide this one because this is a biggie.
Commenters, we need you. Yes.
Yeah. The change that we just made before the show tonight. And thank you, Mark Graves, for the help on this suggestion. 49ers black jersey is a 13 seed against the Giants New City Connect, a 20 seed. And by the way, the seedings have no bearing, no matter.
They don't mean anything. Yeah.
Don't mean anything.
I think Nick Sirianni yesterday. He was like a 27 seed, whatever that means. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I'm going to vote first. Let me vote for this one first. I'm actually going to. It's got to be the worst of the two. My bad. All right. So let me do it like this. I want to advance the 49ers, and I'll tell you why. The fact that when they brought those jerseys out, I forget if it was Thursday night or Monday night, but they had like those alternates, and it was just an embarrassment. Like you said, Ted Robinson couldn't see the players. Us watching at home couldn't see I couldn't tell the numbers or the names. So I disqualified on that basis alone. See, the problem, even though the new Giant City Connect jerseys are awful, at least the numbers are white. So I'll be able to tell who the players are. So I give them an advantage there, meaning the Niners, to me, Tony, are worse of the two. But that's just me. How do you feel?
Well, the numbers are like orangish red, but they're visible. Is what you're saying. What you're saying. But here's my thing. I'm going with the Niners jersey as well.
Okay.
Because there was no reason for them to do it. at least the Giants have a City Connect reason to do it. There was no reason for them to just force that on us. And the Niners have such a great uniform as is, man. I will never give up hope that they bring back the wide stripes on the pants. I'm still wishing that they would bring back the wide stripes.
Me too.
Was that so much to ask, really?
It's a part of their defense. It's their classic look. I mean, that's where they won all their. And by the way, have you noticed that since they did away with that look, they haven't won a Super Bowl?
No rings.
So maybe go back to the thing that actually works. Yeah, I don't know.
No rings.
Yeah.
And I hate that they call the throwback uniforms now the ones from '94. No, those are anyways. Like a throwback to me would be back to the 3 stripes on the jersey and the 3 stripes on the socks and the wide stripes on the pants. That's throwback to me, dude.
Tony, you're on freaking fire right now, dude, because never forget the 3 stripes on the sock. That's a big part of it. Big part of it. Now, don't be afraid of the stripes. Embrace them. Don't run from them. Embrace them. The problem is, Tony, I think that most of the comments line seem to be saying we want the Giants to advance. So it looks like from based on what I saw, and they're scrolling fast, but it looks like
I know. I'm looking.
More, I think we got more votes for the Giants. So advance the Giants. Screw it. It's a democracy. We don't care. Let's see.
Dude,
go ahead,
I love it. I'm just looking in the comment line in the chat. I mean, I think Neil can pick one tomorrow live. Yes, that's true, Dom.
I think we're going Giants, dude. It looks like more people are displeased with this new Giant look, the City Connect.
Well, it is hideous. It is hideous, and it has nothing to do with San Francisco. So there's that. I mean,
all right, screw it, advance it. What the hell? Yeah, put it forward. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too scientific. Let's just advance
it.
Yeah,
totally. And then let's do one more. And then we'll. Okay.
Can we do vasectomy? I want to do. Yeah. Oh, no. What do you got? What do you got? I want to do vasectomy.
No, if you want to do that, let's do so. So we'll go to the. I picked the last one. You picked the next one. We'll go to.
Okay, so let's go. A 25 seed up in the medical bracket. We got vasectomy taking on a number 8 seed, tubes tied. Now listen, tubes tied. I mean, that's a very coarse way to say it, right? Tubes tied.
I'm just representing the female PMP army here, dude.
No,
that's all
and
I'm doing.
I defer to the ladies. I can't speak for you guys. I have great respect for the affair of the species, but I don't know if I can speak to tube side. And I'll tell you the truth, Tony, I can't speak to a vasectomy. I never got one, and I don't intend on getting one. Now, you're a guy walking around after the snip, so maybe you should take the vote in this one. Go ahead.
I mean, I think we let the commenters vote too, because the PMP army, the female representation, can chime in. But also, I didn't enjoy my vasectomy, but I was glad I was doing it. And it was if there's ever like a moment where you have to like really trust somebody, is when your doctor says, I got to put you up in these stirrups, Tony. And you're not going to like
it.
See
right there. There. As soon as I hear the word stirrup, I'm like, where's the door? I'm out. I ain't getting in no fucking stirrup for you or anybody else. It's just not happening. I might get in a stirrup if I'm horseback riding, but not in a medical situation. No.
I begged the doctor, and I got to give Dr. Adam Paley some major love. Dr. Adam Paley in downtown San Mateo. Great. He looks exactly like Bob Saget, too. I tell him that all the time.
That's cool. Dr. Bob,
I love that you look like Bob Saget. And he's a great guy. And anyways, I'm like, Doc, you need to just talk to me the whole time, or else, because if I start thinking about what you're doing, I might have a panic attack here. And I might just, anyways. So
did you ice your junk? I mean, inquiring minds want to know. There are people, Scarlet Fire, saying, what's it like to ice your junk, Tony? You want to speak to that?
To be honest with you, I milked it for 3 days, man. And I had frozen peas, and I just had the frozen peas in the freezer, and you basically just sit on them. You sit on them for 3 days. And
how is your piece? Like, now you're turning it into like a frozen piece, almost like your piece down there. Like, I mean, how's that going? Like, you got a piece-icle, you know what I mean? You got like a wangsicle,
By the way, my friend James Hanna here in San Carlos, who coaches the Giants with me in San Carlos Little League, he told me he just had one like a month ago, and they gave him like tight boxers.
Yeah, okay.
That had a pouch where you could put frozen things in the pouch.
All right. I don't know. We're talking pouches. I don't know. So Tony, I appreciate it. No, I do. I appreciate the pouch. It's just not something I want to explore. So what do you think based on the evidence here on the comments line? Who wins this? Some people are saying neither should win, cancel both. I don't know. What are you seeing here?
When I'm seeing stirrups, Patty said the thought makes it the thought of getting snipped makes her cringe.
Patty says the snip wins. Let's just move on.
Karen, I gotta say, Karen says, okay, you guys getting a vasectomy is a lesser procedure than getting tubes tied. So there's that. I don't have to ice my junk after getting tubes tied is Scarlet Fire.
Can I read Rags' quote? Rags, I'll take a White Lotus from my brother before I get a snip. Dude, I think you just invented a new term. Dude, I got a White Lotus last night, dude. I hooked up with this guy. I got a White Lotus. Not bad, Rags. I feel you, brother. I do. I feel you. All right, let's do it. Let's just advance to vasectomy. I saw way more kind of reaction. Okay. I saw more reaction to vasectomy. Yeah,
sure.
All right, so let's retire the brackets for tonight.
Yeah,
we'll break them out again. Obviously, we got a lot of work to do there, but birthdays, T, and then we wrap. What do you got for me?
Yeah, here we go, man. So there are some great. Well, first of all, turned 77 today. Your guy, Steven Tyler.
Oh,
wish happy birthday to Steven Tyler, 77 years old. I mean, I don't know what his health. Do you know anything about his health?
I don't. I knew that he had, like, what I heard, the reason they had to cancel the tour and how he's not able to perform anymore is because you ready for this, dude? He cracked his larynx.
Ooh.
God.
I didn't even know you could crack a larynx.
I didn't either. But you know, the way he sings with so much force, and he's such a great screamer that you got to imagine that's 50 years of accumulated kind of abuse on his throat. It just caught up with him. So happy birthday, Steven Tyler. I can tell you right now, I would not have made it out of high school if it wasn't for Steven Tyler and Aerosmith. Steven Tyler should have been on stage giving me my diploma when I graduated high school, because I wouldn't have made it without him. And I still listen to Aerosmith on a regular basis. And Rags, no, Tyler never got snipped. He's probably impregnating people now, once a month. Now that he's not on the road, he's like, I got to repopulate the earth. So happy birthday, Steven. I miss Aerosmith, but always one of my favorites.
Thank you for the music, man. And Paulie, thank you for kind of just making me take a deep dive into their early blues stuff.
That's what it's all about. The funk, blues, the soul. Yeah.
Mother Popcorn. When you played Mother Popcorn, their version of Mother Popcorn, I lost it.
Gotta have Mother for me. See.
And then Last Child, the song Last Child. Come on, just a punk in the streets.
Dude, take me down to South Tallahassee, down across the bridge to my sweet sassafras, Tony. Go ahead.
Hey, so there's an amazing list of birthdays I'm just going to go through, but there's one other thing that I want to give, two other things that happened on this day.
Yeah, man.
In 1980, Van Halen debuted Women and Children First.
Great album. Great. Shout out Romeo Delight. Yeah.
Dude, exactly. Dude, how about you got to tell me, did you know? I didn't know this. You probably knew this, but I didn't know this. There's a hidden track called Growth at the end.
It's at the very end. It's like a 10-second track. Yeah.
I didn't even know that until today when I saw this.
So when I worked on 107.7 The Bone, I had this. We did this one event where we did the entire Van Halen catalog A to Z. And Larry Sharp, my old boss at The Bone, he tasked me with this job. He goes, Paulie, I need you. I swear to God, I actually did this. He goes, I need you to alphabetize the entire Van Halen catalog so we can do the A to Z thing. And I said, okay, I can do that.
Nice.
I'm the man for that job. So I started going through it, and I actually went to Larry Sharp's office with that information. I go, Larry, there's an uncredited track at the end of Women and Children First. It's called Growth. It's like 10 seconds. Do you want me to play that? I go, do you want me to play it? I go, it's not listed, but it's an actual track. And he goes, no, if it's on the album, Paulie, you got to play it, but make sure you explain that on the air. So I did. Here's the crazy thing about Growth. Final thing on VH, because I can talk about this all night. That song you're talking about, it's a super heavy riff. The idea was it was going to pick back up on their next record and start the next album, but they never followed through. They did Mean Street instead. Yeah, but that would have been cool that it continues on the next album.
That would have been very cool. See, I knew you would know something about that. I saw that today. I'm like, oh, Paulie's definitely got to know something about that.
Yeah.
And also on this date, and then I'll give you the list of birthdays. On this date, Ebony and Ivory by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder released the single Ebony and Ivory. So I just want to give that some love.
Shout out.
What year was that again? That was 1982.
Okay. If we're shouting that out, we got to shout out Joe Piscopo and Eddie Murphy. You are black and I am white. You are blind as a bat, and I have sight. Yeah, you're my amigo. Yeah, it's great shit, man. Great shit.
Incredible. Yeah. But McCartney and Wonder just saying, hey, let's make a song called Ebony and Ivory in 82. That was the 80s. Thank God I lived through the 80s. I'm so thankful that I lived through the 80s. I feel sorry for my kids that they didn't get experience.
You should say to your kids, Tony, we're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry
Yeah, we are very sorry. And then here we go. Birthdays. I'm just going to list them off because listen to this list, Paulie. Listen to this list. Our rest in peace birthday, a heavenly birthday for James Caan. Then you have Diana Ross turned 81 today.
Ex Mrs. Simmons, go ahead.
Martin Short turned 75.
Nice.
Teddy Pendergrass turned 75.
Nice.
Jennifer Gray, shout out Dirty Dancing, 65.
Yeah, sure.
Marcus Allen, 65.
Nice.
John Stockton turned 63.
What's going on March 26th? What a day. Yeah.
Totally. I saw it too. And I'm like, what the hell? And then James Eha, 57.
Nice.
And a side note, have you seen Billy Corgan's podcast at all?
Have you
seen
I've been checking it out. Yeah.
He has Corey Feldman as his latest guest. And I started watching a little bit of it today. I'm like, I was getting sucked in. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fascinating. So anyways, check that out. Okay. And then probably the last two that are just like kind of, the last two, Michael Imperioli turns 59 today.
Hey, Christopher, happy birthday.
And then I'm going to say the name Ernest Thomas, and that probably won't mean much to you when I say the name Ernest Thomas turned 75 today. But when I tell you that Raj from What's Happening turns 75 today.
Hey, Raj, happy birthday, bro. I watch it all the time from Shirley to Rerun. Dwayne, bro. Dwayne. What was the girl's name? The sister. D, bro. D would come downstairs riffing hard on everything in her path. She didn't want to hear it from Rerun. She didn't want to hear it from anybody. I'll tell you what, D ran shit on What's Happening. Yeah. She ran shit. She really did. The little kid.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Wasn't having it from anybody. No. Yeah, she wasn't having it. All right.
And great theme song to that show, too, man. Great theme song to that. Did Quincy Jones produce that too?
I know he did Sanford and Son.
He did Sanford and Son. I didn't know if he did What's Happening as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
I can't confirm that, but the final note I'll make tonight, Tony, you know what, we got to dismiss the class, is that on the Brooks and Paulie show, the Brooks and Paulie show, with Tony, Creative Tony producing, this was a morning show on the Ticket 1050 in 1999, I'd say. We used to end our show with the What's Happening theme. Do you remember that?
This is correct.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it ends cold. Like it ends cold. Ba-doom, doom, doom,
and then do the Hammond B3. That's some heavy keys going on there. Yeah. All right, Tony, dismiss the class, kid.
Paulie, you need to ask your next wedding you go to. Ask the wedding DJ, can you give me the What's Happening theme, please?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna go up to the band like this. Hey, excuse me, you guys. Do you guys know the What's Happening? And I got to get a proper brush, but now I can't stop, dude. It's fun. You got to try this at home.
Hey, but before we dismiss the class, I'm gonna put this back up here, Paulie, for you, okay? Because we're gonna give Longbridge some love for tomorrow, okay? Because it's a big day for the PMP Army, for the Polymac Particles show, for everybody that's been with us since January 8th when we started. By the way, tonight's episode 55.
You're damn right. Tim Lincecum.
Lincecum, but was one of the Fawnhorsts 55?
No, you're no. Oh shit, man, 50. Oh boy,
one of the Fawnhorsts was 71. I know that, but 55 was
Keith Fawnhorst was 71.
71. Yeah, but that's okay. It's okay.
Well, we got Lincecum. That's all you need, dude. Lincecum that's a mic drop. Yeah, come on.
Were there any Warriors that wore 55?
I'll have to ponder that later, T, because I got to go, Stacy. Yeah.
So, hey, there's the menu for tomorrow. And as Neil explained earlier, it's all going to be family style. And we want to give Longbridge so much love for doing this for us. Neil and Andrew and the whole posse there, the whole Vibe Tribe there. I didn't know this, Paulie. That was a surprise to me. Dom sent me this menu earlier and I didn't look. I just got it ready because I knew the nuts and bolts of the menu. I did not know that the eggplant parm sandwich is going to be added. So thank you guys for adding that. And
and we're going to post the link tomorrow for all of you guys asking that question. Karen, I see you. Yeah, we'll post it on the Twitter feed, and we'll also post it on the Polymac YouTube channel. So you guys, it'll be up for you guys to click tomorrow.
So Paulie, time out. On our YouTube channel, if you click on links at the top of the page, it's already listed there. It's the second down. And then also I posted the link today on Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram, but I will definitely post it again tomorrow morning.
Yes.
But I just 2347 3rd Street, 4 blocks south of Chase Center. Be there or be square. It's just going to be a really fun day. And by the way, can we put any more particles in the atmosphere for the Giants opening day win than what we're doing? So let's
not really. We're doing our part, man. We're doing our part. So come on out for first pitch. Neil's opening the doors early. Oh, look at Dom checking in right now. Yes, totally. The beef jerky. Yes. Happy New Year. Or no, Merry New Year. Merry New Year. All right, Tony.
Dude, Eddie Murphy kind of playing a big role in the show tonight with Coming to America and Ebony and Ivory. So that's good. That's great stuff.
Dismiss the class, Tony.
I will dismiss the class. Thank you all for being here tonight, and thank you for your support. Class dismissed.
Thank you, Big T. Appreciate it. Appreciate Neil Dinardi coming on tonight. Cannot wait to see all of y'all, or as many of you as possible, tomorrow at Longbridge Pizza. I really look forward to shaking hands, giving hugs, kissing babies, whatever's necessary. I look forward to it. 415, Don Peralta, Miguel, Patty, Jamar, Off-World 2112. Hell yeah. Can't wait to see all you guys tomorrow. Creative Tony, anything else we can say other than good night?
Just love and gratitude to everybody that chooses to spend their time with us. That's all.
It's called gratitude.
Oh, and that's right.
Okay. Okay, man. On that note, have a great night, everybody. Get some rest, and we'll see you at Longbridge in the morning. Peace, y'all.